Imagine holding a small coin in your hand that once passed quietly through the busy streets of South Korea. It may have moved from a street food stall to a grocery counter, from a bus ticket machine to someone's pocket, traveling through the everyday life of thousands of people. At first glance, the 2011 South Korea 101 coin may seem like just another piece of currency. Its size is modest,
네,
its
한번
color a
봤는데
calm
그때는
silver tone, and its design
토요일 날
simple
가게.
yet meaningful. But the real story
어떤
behind this coin is far more interesting than most people imagine. Coins are not just money. They are small pieces of history. Every line, every symbol, and every number stamped into a coin tells a story about the country that produced it. The South Korean 101 coin is a perfect example of this idea. For decades, it has been part of daily life in South Korea, used for small purchases and everyday transactions. Yet within its design lies a powerful reminder of Korea's heritage and one of the most respected figures in the nation's history. The central figure featured on the coin is Admiral Lee Sun-sin, a legendary naval commander who lived during the Joseon dynasty. His name is deeply respected in Korean history because of his incredible leadership and bravery during times of conflict. Admiral Lee Sun-sin is known for defending Korea against invading forces in the late 16th century. Despite facing difficult circumstances, limited resources, and overwhelming enemy numbers, he became famous for his strategic brilliance and his determination to protect his country. His presence on the 101 coin represents courage, resilience, and national pride. When people in South Korea use this coin, they are not just exchanging money. In a subtle way, they are carrying a reminder of their national heritage and a hero who shaped the country's history. This connection between everyday currency and historical memory makes the coin much more meaningful than its face value. The 2011 version of the 101 coin is particularly interesting to collectors because of its specific mint year. In coin collecting, the year printed on a coin can play an important role in determining its rarity and desirability. Sometimes coins from a particular year become valuable because fewer were produced. Other times, coins gain attention because certain minting variations appear only in specific years. When collectors examine coins, they pay attention to many small details that ordinary people might overlook. They look at the sharpness of the design, the clarity of the lettering, and the overall condition of the coin. Even tiny scratches or signs of wear can influence how valuable a coin becomes in the collector's market. That a coin that has remained in excellent condition for many years is often called uncirculated or near mint. These terms describe coins that show very little evidence of being used in everyday transactions. When a coin from 2011 survives in such condition, it becomes especially interesting to collectors who appreciate well-preserved pieces of history. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is how ordinary objects can transform into valuable collectibles over time. When a coin is first produced, millions of identical pieces may be released into circulation. At that moment, each coin is worth exactly the same as the number printed on it. But as years pass, many coins become damaged, lost, melted, or forgotten. As the number of surviving coins decreases, the remaining pieces can become more desirable. This is especially true if collectors discover unusual features such as minting errors, slight design variations, or limited production numbers. Sometimes these small differences create huge interest in the collecting community. The 2011 South Korea 101 coin may appear simple, but collectors often examine it closely for details that might set it apart from other years. The metal composition, the precision of the design, and the clarity of Admiral Lee Sun-sin's portrait all become important factors when determining a coin's quality. In many cases, collectors store coins carefully in protective cases to prevent scratches, moisture damage, or environmental exposure. Proper storage can preserve a coin's appearance for decades or even centuries. When a coin remains well preserved, it becomes a small time capsule, capturing the craftsmanship and historical context of the moment it was minted. Coins like the 101 piece also represent the artistry of minting. Creating a coin involves a complex process that combines engineering, design, and precision manufacturing. Skilled engravers create the original design, carefully shaping every line and curve. That design is then transferred onto specialized metal dies used to strike the coins. During production, metal blanks are pressed with enormous force between these engraved dies. This pressure imprints the detailed design onto the surface of the metal, creating the final coin that enters circulation. Even a small coin like the 101 piece requires remarkable precision to ensure consistency and clarity across millions of copies. Collectors often appreciate this craftsmanship. When they examine a coin closely, they are not only looking at a piece of currency, but also at a miniature work of art. The portrait, the lettering, and the fine textures reflect the skill and effort involved in the minting process. The global community of coin collectors is surprisingly large and passionate. People from different countries collect coins for many reasons. Some focus on historical significance, others look for rare minting errors, and some simply enjoy the beauty and diversity of world currencies. That a coin from South Korea may find its way into a collector's album in Europe, North America, or the Middle East. This international interest adds another layer of fascination to the world of coins. A small object originally created for local transactions can eventually become part of a global network of collectors and historians. For many collectors, the thrill comes from discovery. Imagine sorting through a box of old coins and suddenly noticing a particular year or detail that might be unusual. That moment of curiosity can lead to research, comparisons, and sometimes surprising discoveries about rarity and value. Online marketplaces and collector forums have made it easier than ever for enthusiasts to share information about coins. People can compare images, discuss minting variations, and track auction results from around the world. Through these communities, knowledge spreads quickly, and coins that were once overlooked may suddenly attract significant attention. The story of the 2011 South Korea 101 coin fits perfectly into this world of curiosity and discovery. While millions of these coins were originally produced, collectors still search for examples that stand out due to exceptional condition or unusual characteristics. Sometimes a coin becomes valuable because of a tiny mistake made during minting. These mistakes are known as mint errors. They can include double stamping, off-center designs, or unusual surface marks created during production. Although these errors occur rarely, they can dramatically increase a coin's desirability among collectors. Even without errors, coins from specific years can gain interest simply because collectors want to complete a full series. For example, someone collecting every year of the 101 coin might search carefully for the 2011 version to complete their set. This demand can influence how collectors value particular coins. Another factor that affects coin value is historical context. Coins minted during certain economic periods, political changes, or technological transitions may attract additional interest. They represent snapshots of a nation's development and the evolution of its currency system. South Korea's modern economy has grown rapidly over the past several decades. The country has transformed from a developing nation into one of the world's leading technological and industrial powers. Coins like the 101 piece have quietly accompanied this transformation, circulating through generations of daily life. Each coin carries marks of the era in which it was produced. When people look at a coin from 2011, they are looking at a small artifact from that particular moment in South Korea's economic timeline. For collectors who appreciate historical connections, this adds another layer of meaning. Over time, some collectors begin to wonder whether certain coins might one day become extremely valuable. While most coins remain close to their original value, rare pieces can sometimes achieve remarkable prices at auctions. These moments capture the imagination of collectors and casual observers alike. Stories occasionally appear about ordinary coins that turn out to be unexpectedly rare. Perhaps a small minting error was discovered, where only a limited number were produced. When such discoveries happen, the value of those coins can increase dramatically. This possibility creates excitement within the collecting world. Every coin becomes a small mystery waiting to be examined. Even a coin that looks common might contain a hidden detail that makes it special. The 2011 South Korea 101 coin reminds us that value is not always obvious at first glance. Something that appears simple today could become meaningful tomorrow, especially when history, rarity, and collector interest combine. People who collect coins often describe the hobby as a journey through time. By studying different coins, they learn about cultures, leaders, artistic styles, and historical events from around the world. A small metal disc becomes a doorway into stories that span centuries. For viewers and collectors alike, the fascination comes from realizing how much history can fit into something so small. The weight of the metal, the careful engraving, and the years stamped onto its surface all connect to a larger story. Imagine finding a perfectly preserved 2011 South Korea 101 coin many years from now. The design still sharp, the portrait still clear, the surface still shining. In that moment, it might feel less like spare change and more like a small treasure waiting to be appreciated. Collectors would examine it carefully, comparing it with other examples from the same year. They would study the details, check the edges, and evaluate its condition. Each observation would bring them closer to understanding how special that particular coin might be. And sometimes, when the right coin meets the right collector at the right moment, something remarkable can happen. The value of a small object can rise far beyond its original purpose. What once represented everyday spending power can become a prized collectible admired by enthusiasts around the world, in the fascinating universe of coin collecting. Even a modest 2011 South Korea 101 coin has the potential to capture attention, spark curiosity, and inspire collectors to look more closely at the small pieces of history hiding in their pockets. And in the most extraordinary collector scenario imaginable, the value attached to such a coin could reach an astonishing $124,568.